We're in Practical Magic, and today we are listening to Tara. Tara is the seen green dragon. She came to me whilst I was sitting on the beach one day, and she has a purpose to evolve humanity along with the other 7 dragons. There's 8 dragons in all. And her purpose is to, her messages are to help you understand how you can pivot, how you can see what you're doing, how you can understand your patterns, how you can see what it is that you've always done, how that's reflected in your personal relationships, how that's reflected in the way you deal with your body, how you think about your body and talk to your body, and how you deal with your business and your finances and all the stuff, really. It doesn't matter what you do, but how you are with one thing, you are with everything. And Tara is specifically wanting you to see what it is that you're doing. So no matter what direction it comes from, whatever you're challenged with right now, Tara is there to help you unravel that, to see what's going on. Now, Tara is the blue. She really, really is this kind of just delicious, rich sea green blue. Now, her main messages, so Tara's a sea dragon opening up to new perspectives. She's growing you continuously. She's growing you up. So she's the dragon that helps me to say to someone, it's time to grow up. It's time to see what's really going on and what you're doing, what your patterns are. Are you ready? Are you ready to play? She's taking you from fear of being a human. She's delivering you into and onto your spiritual path, your awakened path, so that you can understand what it is that you're doing, where that came from, why you're doing what you're doing. She's opening your eyes to see where you are to pivot and purify any of your blocks. Now, in the little booklet to do with all of the dragons, and there are 8 dragons, like I said, so, and Tara has 8 messages. So there are 8 cards from Tara. Just getting to the end of her section there. She is always seeing you, what's going on in your soul. She will read for you what's going on in your soul. And she, more than anything, wants you to kind of just stop it. Just stop doing things the way that you've been doing them forever and ever and ever. And she's asking you to just enjoy the ride that you are on. Now, Tara starts... Ooh, lost her page now. Okay, I don't plan these particular calls because it was the dragons who said to me, you really need to just go with the flow. And if we tell you that this is what we're doing this week, then this is what we're doing this week. So Tara's really here. Last week we read about Seraphina. This week we're looking at Tara. We are diving deeper into all the different aspects of Tara. Now, all the different aspects of Tara are taken with the different way that the eye is coloured, the different way that the eye is looking. So she's dealing with you on an emotional level, what you're thinking, what you're feeling, how you're acting. So let me read a little bit from what Tara says here. So Tara is a shimmering green dragon whose colours change in the waves from blues to green and everything in between. When you look at her from a different angle, so in other words, your perspective. So when your perspective changes, you can see, oh my goodness, I was doing that, wasn't I? I see now that that was my pattern, that was my block, that's what I was stuck in. And she helps you, along with the other dragons, unravel that so that you can just take things from a different angle, so that you're not taking things, keeping going over and doing the same things the same way, because if you keep doing things in the same way, you keep getting the same responses. She says, as one of the voices of the Dragons Collective, that we're here to help you, the human, to look through the eyes of your soul and to feel into your environment, to feel into a myriad of changes and choices you have available to you at all time. And that there is a glorious step in your evolution in this population. She offers you the explanations so that you can see things in a different way. She says, it's like I see a brick wall. Like nothing can get through this brick wall. This brick wall are your thoughts, your thinking, your patterns that is creating the wall that is right in front of you. Now, I know this only too well. When I've been shown my patterns, I'm like, I've been running this pattern since I don't know when. And sometimes I believe I've even taken that pattern off someone else, like a member of your family. You think, I know that my mum used to do this, or I saw my grandma doing this. And you realise it's a pattern. It's a pattern that you came in with, or it's a pattern that you were educated with, a way of responding to something. So often we close our hearts down, or we close our mouth, or we pull ourselves back, or we freeze, we run. So these are some of our patterns. And these, you can call these your wounds if you like. You can say, in the past I was wounded. Well, fine, but how do I get past that, Fiona? How do I get past that? So Tara's saying it's impossible to get past or through this wall. This wall is all around you, and it's solid and rigid with beliefs and thoughts and patterns. More thoughts, more learning, and trapped that within that are your feelings. The human is meant to experience every single feeling possible for it that it's available on this planet. No good, no bad. We're not going to block out those feelings. We're not going to block out the bad, and because when we block out the bad, we block out the good. The human who is meant to experience every single feeling possible, and what a beautiful planet it is for experiences, with all the feelings available and no one feeling being better than any other. All your senses are engaged, and so much more is available to you. Sadly, you are blocked up, walled up behind your thoughts, giving that so much importance. There is freedom in just feeling. Tara says one of the things that we've shown Fiona how to do is to feel into what the issue is, what the problem is, what the emotion is, what the thoughts are, so that we can scale up. We can take you on a journey so that we're unraveling those until they're not there anymore. I used to think this way. I don't think that way anymore. One of the things that we often do is called spring cleaning. Spring cleaning is something that we showed Fiona how to do, and then that leads to this understanding of where the energy sits within the body. You humans are walled up in your thoughts, walled up in your feelings, all on the inside of you, and those emanate into every single cell. Often when you do a spring cleaning, and then we urge you to take the plan of actually doing that regularly, but then we take the plan to actually evacuate that energy. The energy of the feeling has its own entity, has its own understanding, has its own solidity. It creates form. The more you think something, the more you feel something, it creates form on the body in the way of symptoms, ailments, aches and pains. These can be called growing pains as well. It creates things in your environment. It creates blocks with your money. It creates blocks with your relationships. It creates. So it creates its own form. The more you think something, the more you feel something, the more you repeat the story, it creates its own form within you in the body. Now, one of the things that we showed Fiona how to do was take this energy, understand where it sits in the body, where you've put it. So she feels into that and allows you to feel that within your body as well. She'll always ask you, where do you feel that? Where is it within your body? And then what we do is we evacuate it. We take that out of the body and we talk to it. We do what it needs, because there'll be a temperature of this entity, there'll be a texture, there'll be a smell, there'll be thoughts within this form, and it's held within your body. So we pull all that together and we help you pull that out of your body. The purpose of this is so that you are free of that particular emotion, that particular thought, and you never need to think that again. When the work's done, it's gone. It's such a profound healing for a human to go through this, and it's actually relatively quick in time perspective for you to go through this particular feeling. Once you've dug out what it is, what it feels like, what it looks like, is it living, is it breathing, is it saying something to you, what does it want to say to you, and you can then eliminate that out. So you humans, locked up in your thoughts, locked up in your feelings, are not necessarily aware of what's going on, but as soon as you understand where it sits in the body, where you feel it in your body, and you're able to sort of grab a hold of it, feel it, it's tactile, feel it, and then lift that off the body, you actually release the story, you've released the repetition, the need to repeat that story, to have that feeling coming up for you again and again and again, to have those thoughts coming up for you again and again and again. We've undone the pattern. The only thing that puts the pattern back in is if you start complaining again about whatever another situation is. You will notice when you have released this from your physical human body, you will notice that it unblocks you in a business sense. You will notice that it unblocks you in relationship sense. You'll start to articulate more of what you want. You'll have more self-worth in your business, and you'll be able to sort of keep and sustain better health choices because you're working with yourself on a different level. You're not just doing what someone else is telling you to do. You are able to go forward and do things for yourself. You understand for yourself what it is that is being asked of you. This is soul level. And as we've trained Fiona to be a soul coach, we're helping you, we're on a mission to lift off this form from your body so that you start to look at things from a different perspective. You'll be looking around things, looking over things, looking under things. And it's a question of being able to go through whatever the situation is, feeling your way through until you're out the other side and you've broken the spell. So this is what we dragons are here to do. There's 8 of us, 8 dragons, and we are here to help you break the spell that you are under. It's a journey to be able to break those spells, and some of the things that you have, that you've been thinking for a long time, you're so familiar with where they sit within your body, you're so familiar with how they turn up, and your patterns, because they're your patterns, they're normal to you. Like, how else would I react? I don't know how else to react. You'll see it in families. They constantly have the same way of acting and reacting with each other. Oh, I'm not talking to them, they didn't do this for me or that for me. You'll see it. You'll see that that passes over into their clients as well, that they'll get hurt by a client and then they'll shut them out. You'll see also that they are doing the same with their physicality. They're like, that's not working anymore, shut that out. That's a pattern. You'll also see someone else's pattern. Okay then, okay, I'll do that for you. And you start putting yourself to one side. You'll start not taking your needs seriously. You'll start putting other people first. The whole journey of working with the soul that we've shown Fiona is you put your soul first. You start listening intuitively to your soul. It's a deep journey into your soul. Yes, Tara's mission is to lift off from your belief that you receive from the suffering and all the world's mundane obligations, and that's in your current reality. In your current reality, issues show up. Relationships go wrong. There are conflicts. There are stories that you tell as a human to tell everyone else what's going on for you. And these thoughts and these stories and these feelings eventually create form in your body. You have the choice to create good form, or you have the possibility to create snarled up form. I was weeding at the weekend, and there was just weeds and weeds and weeds and weeds, and they're all tumbling into each other, all knotted up. it was the full moon, so it's really good to bring weeds out, really good to bring these emotions out, really much easier to bring out what it is that you're thinking, because the full moon highlights everything. And as far as plants go, the full moon raises all the sap up into the top, into the leaves, or into a human, into the head, so that you can start seeing it. Often around the full moon, we'll see humans acting out in a way that is just bizarre. It is like bonkers. The energy is up. You're very much more vocal. You're very much more emotional. And this is just showing you what's coming up to the surface that you're getting ready to release. I have 8 cards, and they are entitled in a certain way to call you to see what is going on for you, that you are ready to pivot. The first one is a whole new perspective. Now, we've started to talk about what is a whole new perspective. It's being able to see, that's my pattern, those are my thoughts, this is what I'm feeling. I just don't want to live like that anymore, and the only one who can change this is me. You start looking at things differently. Somebody's acting like that in my vicinity. Maybe it's not all about them. Maybe they're showing me what I'm acting like. Maybe I need to look at this differently. So there's no more blame for anything externally. You're not getting the love you want. You're not getting the money you want. Maybe it has to do with what's going on the inside of you. These 8 dragons that we are part of, this collective for the evolution of the population, for humanity, are teaching you with our messages. It's the inner work. The inner world creates the outer world. That is more important to us than anything else. The second card is about enticement. You're being enticed. Can you see the way that someone else is acting? Can you see and notice the way that maybe animals act differently to you? Are you noticing when things break? Are you noticing when things are not working well for you? We are enticing you to have a look and see what's going on. Maybe you look at other people and go, God, they've got everything going right for them. They've got the best relationship. They've got the best business. They've got the best health. That again is enticement. This is soul intervention. You are being enticed to understand what's going on for you on a subconscious level. What's going on the inside? What are your thoughts? If you're annoyed about that, if you're pissed off about that, if you're repeating it, just notice what you're thinking, because we're enticing you out, calling you out, just to show you what's going on. The next card is the next message is the pivotal point to feel something other than what you currently feel. So, for example, we see humans get very snarled up in their thoughts and very snarled up in how they're thinking, how they're feeling, stories that they're telling. They're in pain, so much pain and suffering of the mundane obligations of life. Now, when you're in that state, there is another option. If you can focus on the outcome that you want, so say for example you're on a ladder, you're on one end of the ladder but you want to be on the other end of the ladder. You want to focus where you want to go. That's your focus. Keep on focusing on that. Those are your thoughts, those are your feelings, that's the frequency, that's the story, and those are the emotions that you are being asked to focus on. Not on what you don't have, not on what's broken, not on what's not working out for you, but the other end, the scale where you want to go. Focus on that, and then notice all the stuff that we can arrange for you, that put things into place for you, and you suddenly notice, oh, that wasn't there before. This person just popped in. I just got paid. I feel more love for myself. I'm able to eat more healthily. I'm enjoying better food. we will start orchestrating things around you, because we can do that once you ask us what it is that you want. If you don't vocalize what you want to ask for, then just focus on what it is that you do want in your life. What do you want in your life? What do you really, really, really want? And focus on that. Focus on it. Make that the habit. Make that the scale that you're working towards. Okay, the next message we want to give you: safe and sound in myself. This is very much a preemptor into the sovereign message. Sovereign is very much getting into your soul. Sovereign is very much about getting into your sovereign state, how you feel marvelous. And where do you feel that? When you're heading towards what it is that you want more than anything else. That is your sovereign state. When you are aligned with the earth, the heavens and the earth, when you're aligned with your soul. You know that if something happens good for you on the external world, you get a pay rise, you get a new car, somebody loves you, they tell you that they love you, your health is improving. How does it make you feel? You feel spectacular, you feel invincible, you feel everything's working out for you, you feel, I like this life, I like the way things are working out, everything's working out well for me. Then you can understand how you created that. You created that. You feeling safe and sound on the inside because things are working out well. Notice how you feel when things are working out well, and notice how you feel all discombobulated, out of control, frustrated, disappointed, dissatisfied, unhappy, arguments, conflicts with people. This is when you are not listening and not connecting to your soul. You're more concentrating on what's going on the outside world to make you feel happy, rather than feeling safe and secure on the inside. And when things are working out really well for you is when you are listening to what's going on the inside. The evolution, the path of the dragons, is to help you feel connected to your inner self, so that you're going along the journey, you're being very aware of what's going on, and you're making things happen for yourself because you feel safe and secure in yourself. So that is one of Tara's cards and messages for you. Flow and let go. This is an amazing message. When we gave this to Fiona, it really is about being in the flow. We've done this with Fiona for years, allowing her to be in the flow of things. Much easier when you don't have kids to raise, when you don't have business to run. But it's the energy that most people want to be in. Flow and let go. Let the energy you feel easily pass through you and out of your body. Now that goes for the good energy as well as the bad energy. It's just energy. So think of a time when you felt really good, really in love, or you're playing with a puppy, or just something that just makes your heart rejoice. Your heart is soaring. Tap into that energy and just notice it's just energy. I just chose to put that energy in me right now. Now, quickly flip and think of the worst situation that you've been through just recently. It's dragging you down. You feel suffocated. You feel dried out, soul-sucking, just not working out for you. Things are just terrible. There's conflicts, there's lack of money, your health is not in a good condition, you feel disappointed, you feel angry, there's a lot of things going on, you're suppressing your feelings, you're feeling resentment. Can you feel how you feel in that body? It's just energy. You can just as quickly flip out of that and go back into remembering what it felt like when you were feeling really good, when you did a bungee jump, when you went water skiing, when you flew a plane, when you went swimming in the ocean, when you played with a puppy. Find all of those and keep those memories more prominent, more prevalent in your mind. Your mind is very malleable at certain times of the day. Let those memories be in your mind, in the forefront of your mind, because it raises your frequency. So hopefully that's I'm making sense to humans, because you have a tendency as humans, as soon as you say you want something, you start saying what you don't want. So we are only able to bring you more of what you don't want. We are training you, giving you the message is to keep going for what you want. That's your job. That's your work to set up your day. Love it. Tara then, the next one. Consequences of holding on to energy. Okay, talking about holding on to energy, there is a chemical chain reaction within the body when you hold on to energy that has come from a complaining state, or I don't have it state, or lack of self-worth, or anger, or disappointment. I have noticed when I've done clearings with people that as soon as we've cleared the energy, this entity, the ball of energy that's within your body, and you look at things from a different perspective, once it's gone, the energy that you've been holding on to will come out. And I'm not going to say it anyway. Because I'm a detox diva, I'm kind of used to seeing this happen. So people detox in different ways. They can detox through their bowels, so through diarrhea or through big bowel movements. People vomit sometimes, the energy comes up and they vomit. They sweat a lot, they sleep a lot. So when you're letting go of the energy, these are the consequences of having the repetition of the thoughts, the repetition of the feelings, the stories you're telling. This is why it's so important to look in a different, to keep training yourself to look in a different direction. If you're an Olympian, a boxer, a sports person, a tennis player, you are training yourself every single day to look at things in a different way, but to use your body in a different way to get healthy. This is what we're doing with your mind. We are training you to look at things in a different way, to come at it from a different frequency, to come at it from a different angle, because there are consequences to holding on to the energy and vibration that you feel inside your body. It will literally be in every single cell as a memory, cellular memory, and it will be held on. Now, when people have gone through a spring cleaning with me, or an exorcism, an elimination of energy, they often call me back, or I have to chase them up and say, how did you feel today? What happened? And they're like, nothing, don't feel so well. What happened? Oh God, I slept so much, massive bowel movement, I've peed so much, because it's the cellular memory that's being released. And then flip out of resistance. Humans are so funny. There is so much resistance to what they say they want. Humans will say, I want to lose weight, or I want more money, or I want a loving relationship. But then they're not able to flip out of their own resistance to it. There's a pattern that goes on that is so common that they just keep repeating the same thing. So even if you end one relationship, you end up back in another relationship, and the same things keep coming back up. We need to purify this, and we need to change your perception, sure. We need to purify it. We need to do the cleansing. So you're giving your power away if you keep thinking that it's someone else on the outside that's going to show you love. You're giving your power away if you think that someone else on the outside is going to make you rich, like your clients and your customers, or your daddy, your sugar daddy. Or flip out of the resistance. There's so much resistance because actually the mind itself doesn't want you to change, and it wants to keep you safe in the habit that you're in. It wants to keep you safe. It wants to keep you doing the same thing, still pleasing everyone else and not pleasing yourself. You're still punishing other people because you feel resentment because things are not working out your own way. You don't feel satisfied. You don't feel valued. You don't feel that there is any self-worth in there. Lots of disappointment, lots of dissatisfaction. And this will come through in patterns to do with your relationship. It'll come to do with patterns to do with how you treat your money. It'll come through with patterns to do with how you treat your body. Your human can't necessarily see that. It doesn't understand it. So what we're doing is the owner and operator of your soul of your human, the soul is the owner and operator of your human. We are so in love with you that we are trying in myriad of ways to get this message over to you so that you will pick it up and you will run with it and you will break the spell, you will break the pattern. Fiona runs a course called A Course in Practical Magic, and this is what this is all about, where you break the patterns when you go through week by week by week, building a really strong relationship with your soul so that you can have good communication. You can listen to what she's saying, and eventually we contact in with the dragons. We ask the dragons, we call them in. How can we do this? You know how to do this. Please show me how. In the course, people will be creating things, and that means the good, the bad, and the ugly. Even if it's the ugly and the bad, it's you who is the creator. It's you that has put it out there somehow in your thoughts, in your feelings. Some point in time you said, I want this to happen. Or if you've just got an underlying feeling of disappointment, an underlying feeling of feeling not good enough, underlying feeling of suppressing, resentment, anger. If you've got that low level feeling going on in your body, your cells will be hoarding it, will be holding on to it. And it's also what's stopping things coming through. This is your pattern. And this is what we, the dragons, and your soul working in harmony are wanting to clear for you, clear up for you, get rid of for you, and change your identity so that you can sustain it. You can claim your power to create your future, to feel incredible, like someone's in love with you all the time. If you could see, when you look into the eye of Tara, if you could see how much, if you could feel how much all of these dragons and your soul are just respecting you, loving you, wanting to pull you through so that you don't have to deal with these human obligations, mundane, average lives anymore. A Course in Practical Magic is a journey to connect you with your soul, to connect you with the dragons, and I'm going to put a clip underneath this to show you how to get more information on that. It's a lifetime journey, and you're welcome to come in as a lifetime member for $999. It is the most profound journey. I've got artists now with dragons coming through their art. I have got business ladies looking at things from a different way, and they're pivoting from one week to the next. They're saying they want a community, and everyone in this community is holding the space for everyone else in this community. We're learning how to heal each other. We're calling on each other when things go right or when things go wrong. We're celebrating together, because this is a journey and you are not meant to do it on your own. This is a course in practical magic. It is being set up so that you can call in the dragons and you have connection and communication with your soul at all times. And it is the most wonderful journey which has helped me create houses in the blink of an eye. Even if the house had been on the market for 2 years, not selling, it wasn't until the point that I made the decision, only I can do this. Please show me how. That the images came through, that the messages came through, and I was guided by my soul. Same as I was guided to come and live in France, same as I was guided the way I raise my children. I'm guided the way I run my business, and the dragon cards. The dragons are here. We have 8 dragons. We have Raphael, we have Luna Ray, we have Tara, we have Seraphina, who we spoke to last week. We called her through. We have Utopia, who's at the end of the rainbow when everything's working out really well. We have Ceremony, the rainbow dragon. We have Sovereign, connecting you to your soul. This is the most soulful journey, spiritual journey. And we have Bloom. She's willing to play with you. She's willing to go outside the box. She will never stop you growing to being unapologetically you. Join us in A course in practical magic. We are now holding this on Facebook under the title The Dragon Portal, because we're calling in the dragons for every single thing that we want to create. We're following the exercises that the dragons have shown me, and we are calling your soul through so that she can guide you. If you have any questions, if you want a reading on your business, if you want a reading on your health, if you want a reading on an aspect of your life, you want to know what pattern it is that you're running, let me know and PM me, and I will be able to do those readings for you, and I will send you the link of how to get there. Have a great week, and I'll see you next week with Raphael.